So, like many of you, I would say yes to things just to avoid any type of conflict. But that kind of leaves me feeling drained, maybe having some resentment, and ultimately just feeling like I'm not being seen. So, I do want to talk about some of the things that I've started doing instead. Hey there. Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. As you know, on this channel, we talk about it's not only me and it's not only you. Life's ups and downs are truly universal. But when we're going through the not so great times, we can find strength, we can find courage, and we can have compassion on ourselves. And in the good times, we can embrace them and have joy. So I want to jump into today's video topic, which is setting boundaries without guilt. And yes, no is a complete sentence. Did you know that people that set boundaries are less likely to experience burnout and more likely to experience life satisfaction? Just a fun fact. I think that came from the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology. So that's very interesting. And then also, too, what happens with setting boundaries is it's a myth. People believe that it's selfish to set boundaries. But actually, by setting boundaries, you improve your relationships, you improve your quality of life. Now, oftentimes, women, more so than men, but I won't leave the fellas out. Men do have sometimes difficulties setting boundaries, but more so women, we can be people pleasers. And a few more instances than a man. I won't say always more so than a man, but you can find yourself not wanting to displease or let down people around you, feeling like if you don't do it, nobody else will do it. Maybe feeling like a relationship is contingent upon you doing something or being expected to be the one that must do something or will do something. So there's a lot of pressure that we apply to ourselves, and that makes us feel as though no, or another way of saying no, is not an option. And I want to run through some of those scenarios and just share new language that I've been able to incorporate and how it's been working for me. So the first scenario is saying yes out of guilt when you're exhausted. And it's important to know where you're at currently, because you could just turn into somebody that just ends up saying no to everything. And that's not what I'm saying. Knowing where you're at, if you don't have the capacity to provide something for someone, you should be honest. So in this scenario, let's say someone makes a last minute request and they say, hey, so-and-so, can you help me move this weekend? I know it's last minute, but I'm desperate. I don't have anybody else. Old me or you would say something like, oh, I guess I can help. And that pauses you, if you're being honest, knowing that you feel exhausted, right? So let's think about it. Now, new you could say something like, I'd love to help, but this weekend's already full. Can I support you in another way? Can I help you find someone? Can I drop off supplies maybe? This one works because you are still offering help to this person, but you're not abandoning your needs. The help that you're offering fits within the limits of capacity that you have. You're still finding ways to be supportive, but you're also taking into account how you feel right now and what you have the ability to give. Okay, now it's a scenario 2. This one applies to the workplace. And in this scenario, you are agreeing to something at work when you're already feeling overwhelmed, overloaded, and maybe undersupported. So let's say your manager or whomever is superior to you asks you, hey, can you take on this also? It's not going to be that much work. Old you maybe said, yeah, I can figure it out. I can do that. Now, new you could say, so I want to make sure that I give this the attention it deserves, what can I deprioritize to give my full attention to this new request? And why that works is because you are protecting your bandwidth without saying no outright. And it puts the responsibility back on them to choose. So, scenario 3 is agreeing to go to an event that you actually don't want to go to. And this is a common one. I think many people find themselves being invited to something that they're not the most thrilled about or have the slightest desire to go to, but you feel obligated to go to something. And there are times when you just push through and you go to things because maybe you want to keep your word. Wait, so in this scenario, let's say that someone walks up to you and they're like, "Hey, are you coming to the event, the dinner party on Saturday night, right? You're going to come?" And old you says, "Of course. Yes, I'm coming." Knowing that you're dreading it. But with you considering yourself and what you're feeling, it's not bad to be honest. So maybe your new response is, I have a couple of them jotted down, so I might glance at it. But thanks for the invite. I actually needed some quiet this weekend for me to be able to reset. So unfortunately, I have to pass this time. But please keep me in the loop because I want to come to the next one. Or just keep me in the loop for the next one. And then you can decide at that time if it's a good fit for you and where you're at. It's important to note that this one works because you're being honest and you're still being kind, but you're considering where you're at, and maybe access to you at this point is not something that goes above your need for quiet time and time to reset and maybe just time to rest. All right, so this next scenario is scenario 4, lending money to someone when you feel uncomfortable doing so. So in this scenario, let's say someone that you're not a stranger asks you, "Hey, can I borrow $300? I'll pay it back, I promise." Old you may say, "Oh, I can lend it to you." Maybe you don't have it all available to spare, but you have it. Maybe you have had experiences with this person in the past and they did not honor what they said. And maybe you have it and it's just could be the relationship with this individual and it's hurt your relationship in the past. So maybe new you could say something like, "I do care about you, but I'm not in a position to lend money right now." I hope you understand that. And you can just leave it there. It's important to note that, like I said before, boundaries around money can protect a relationship because it's better for you to be honest and give clarity than having silent resentment towards someone that maybe didn't honor their end of an arrangement. Okay, and the last scenario number 5, is taking a phone call or a meeting when you need time to yourself. So let's say someone that you was coming up to you or talking to you and they're saying, "Okay, well, hey, can we jump on a call tonight? Maybe around 7." Old you says, "Oh, yeah, I'll make it work. I can do that." Knowing that you had a plan to wind down and relax this evening. Now, new you in this same scenario can say this. Evenings are when I unplug. Can we schedule something for during work hours? Maybe tomorrow? That works better for me. So in this scenario, with the response of new you, you're normalizing having off hours, showing that there are professional time boundaries that should be recognized and should be honored. And you're helping reinforce them by communicating those healthy professional work hour boundaries. So hopefully that wasn't too hard or too difficult or going through some of those role plays. But I do want to say that being able to set boundaries, healthy boundaries, that ultimately can help you with having less stress in life, reducing your risk of having burnout. It can help you have a higher resilience just from going through life where we all experience a myriad of things. But having the ability to set these boundaries sets you up for a more enjoyable life. I know there are times in life when we just have to make things happen and make things work and be accommodating and be flexible. But I also know that there are times in life when you may not have it to give. And those are the things that I'm trying to call out. Those times when you honestly don't have it to give, or it's going to compromise the quality of something that you were going to give or some output that you were going to generate. In those moments, being honest with yourself and then also being honest with others and using some of these new ways to form those honest, kind, palatable responses for others when you genuinely are unable to accommodate their request in the way that they ask. Now, you mentioned with the moving, there's other ways that you can help them, and that's fitting for many scenarios in life. Sometimes what somebody asks for, you may not have it to give, but you have something else, or you have something that you can give at a different time. Maybe not exactly when they want you to do it or exactly how they want you to do it, but you are able to help them in their situation and showing that I still care about you. I want to support you, but here's how I can do it right now, or here's when I can do it, or here's what I can do. So still being able to show support, show care, be kind to people in our lives, and of course those that come across us, but just knowing that on a plane, you don't put that oxygen mask on yourself. If you're not checking in with yourself, you're really not able to help anybody else. So, like I mentioned before, the myth is that it can be selfish or that it is viewed as selfish, but it's not selfish because it's helping you help others when you're able to. Otherwise, you get to a point, if you do get burned out, where you're no good to yourself and you're no good to others. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments which one of those scenarios resonated with you the most, and why is it difficult for you to start using that language, or which one you plan to start using. Let me not assume that it's difficult for you. Maybe you just needed the verbiage and now you're like, I'm going to jot that down, and that's something that resonates with me. It's honest, and I feel like somebody can receive what I'm saying if I deliver it in this way, and I'm honest. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I do hope that you are able to start setting or continue setting boundaries if you already started, and that you're able to care for and support those in your life as your capacity permits, and that you're also caring for and taking care of yourself as you need to. So please share this video with someone that needs to take care of themselves, or if you're trying to send them this video to let them know that you need to take care of yourself and this is something that you've been trying to say or that you want to say, and you can have me say it. I'm fine with that. But leave a comment, share this video, like this video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel if you got anything. I will be coming out with more videos in the boundaries series, as well as just other videos on just helping us become the best versions of ourselves, but sharing a little bit of my journey with you as well. So take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.